have a question for you. Do you feel helpless as life passes you by? Do you feel like ending your life? Are you depressed? In fact, do you even know you're depressed? I want to share my struggle and my story of depression with you. I want you to know that you're not alone, because depression can be a very lonely battle. And sometimes you may not even know you're depressed. In fact, I really cannot tell you when my struggle with depression started. But I can tell you when I lost my battle in the mind. But let's get back to the beginning. My first startup was an advertising and design solutions agency. We were a creative studio. I enjoyed the creative rush. We started it before the onset of the 2008 recession. I had to shut it down at the peak of the recession. My first brush with business failure. You know what they say, failure is the first step towards success. I was not prepared for the paradigm shift in the advertising industry and market space. And therefore, I was not prepared for the change in the game. I lost the plot and I lost the game, and I could not get back into the industry. My second brush with failure. My second startup began in 2011, and it was in the education space. We had to shut down in 2015 due to circumstances beyond my control. My second failure, and this was really getting painful. Music is my passion, and as you already may know, I play the guitar from the previous video that you have seen. So I got into the films as a music composer and a film director in the Kannada industry. Soon I realized I simply didn't belong there. I had to make a choice because it was between my dignity and my soul. So I quit. My third failure, and my self-esteem was damaged. I tried soldiering on, but I was already damaged goods. In 2020, I started a commercial kitchen, and it was called Hunger Pangs. We started off well, but soon the pandemic hit. And when the pandemic hit, it hit hard. And I had to shut it down by October 2020. But the worst was yet to come. On February 28th of 2021, my mother was admitted to the hospital. She was breathless. The doctor previously had diagnosed her to have had typhoid. Little did we know that she actually had COVID, and it had now turned to pneumonia. I was admitted to the hospital the next day, on the 1st of March. My mother passed away on the 3rd of March, and I could not even hold her hand as she slipped into eternity. My mother, my hero, the love of my life, the one person who I held in the highest regard, loved the most, almost to the point of adoration. She was lost. She was gone. I was not even allowed to attend the burial, much less do the job of a son and throw a fistful of earth on her coffin. My father was admitted to the hospital with COVID-related pneumonia on the 3rd of March. He buried his own wife and went straight to the hospital. He never came back out alive. I was discharged a week later, and on the 10th of March, I found out that my father was in the ICU struggling for life with an 80% damage to the lungs. He died on the 26th of March, 2021. We don't want to lose you, Dad. You're all I have. And when he passed away, I was in a cab. To think of the misfortune I could not even hold my father's hand and let him slip into eternity. The death of my parents within 23 days of each other left me broken, devastated, lost, and totally without hope. I don't know if you have faced what I have. I don't know if you lost what I have lost. But losing the most precious people in my life left me broken, and every wound that had been hiding under the scabs of time just broke open, and my entire world collapsed. Everything turned into darkness, and I just became a totally dysfunctional individual. Every day of the last 20 months, it has been my greatest struggle to simply stay alive. I became a spectator in my own life, and I just lost all hope, and everything just felt dark, and I fell into a dark abyss of just a free fall into total darkness. On the 2nd of November, due to some incident at my home, I just felt so overwhelmed that for the first time I made an attempt on my own life. That time it didn't hurt, it didn't feel like a thing because the intensity of that moment was such. But the next day, I felt like a coward and I was ashamed. I couldn't look at myself in a mirror because I had gone from being a go-getter, a fighter, to someone who simply lost the battle in my mind. And I knew I had to take control. I knew that if this did not stop right now, and if I did not take control of my life, then I was not very far from killing myself again. Like I said, I knew I either rise up now or I would never get to rise back up, and my life would drift away and my life would be wasted. So, Deep Life Talk is the story of me rebuilding my life and rising above this crippling depression that I am facing right now. And I knew accountability is the key to me rising up. And therefore, I felt that there could be no other friend, no other best friend to be accountable to than you, my subscriber and my viewer. So, I invite you, my subscriber, my viewer, my friend, to join me in this journey of rebuilding and reclaiming our lives together. I don't know how depression affects you, or if it does at all, or if it has and you are struggling with it. I don't know where you stand in your life, but I would like to be a participant, and I want you to be a participant in my life because I want someone to whom I'm accountable, because accountability is the first step towards rebuilding your life. So, would you please join me on this journey by subscribing and being a regular viewer of my videos. So let's start a conversation. We are all afraid of depression, okay? We think depression is mental illness. It is not. We all go through it at one point or the other. So there's nothing to be ashamed of. So let's start a conversation, bro. And let's rebuild our lives together because nothing is impossible if you set your mind to it, all right? So let's start a conversation. Let's share our stories with each other. Write to me. Tell me how, what you went through during COVID, what you lost, how you got hurt, how you've lost your business, how life has been bad to you. And let's start a conversation. Let's share stories so that we can all grow together, all right? God bless.